An appeals court has barred a federal judge from suspending a pandemic-era border policy that allows the Biden administration to expel migrant families with little to no due process. To date, the U.S. has expelled more than 6,000 Haitians on 57 deportation flights. The Biden administration has been carrying out the expulsions under the Title 42 Public Health Authority. For a deeper understanding, I want to bring in CBS News immigration reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez. Camilo, under U.S. immigration law, the U.S. has a legal obligation to provide protection to those who qualify as refugees. So explain how the administration is using Title 42, the Title 42 Public Health Authority, and what this actually means.
Good evening, Lana. Title 42 is a legal public health authority dating back to the late 19th century. For the first time in U.S. history, the Trump administration invoked this law in March 2020 to effectively suspend immigration and asylum laws at the U.S. Mexico border. These asylum laws allow any migrant to request asylum as a way to fight his or her deportation. It is also enshrined in international refugee law. The Trump administration argued that during a public health emergency, it could suspend these laws to prevent the entry of migrants and asylum seekers into the country because it argued that they could spread the coronavirus. The Biden administration has reversed several Trump-era border policies, but has continued to use Title 42. Like the previous administration, the Biden administration has argued that Title 42 is necessary to protect border agents, border communities, and the migrants themselves from the spread of the coronavirus, and they have been using this Title 42 Public Health Authority to justify these mass deportations to Haiti in recent days. As you mentioned, in just 12 days, Lana, the U.S. has expelled more than 6,000 Haitians to Haiti. That is a huge number to a country where deportations were actually halted just last month because of that deadly earthquake.
Camilo, you're describing how Title 42 has been broadly applied to Haitian migrants recently. I'm wondering what more you've learned about their cases, and is Title 42 being applied to other groups as well?
Yeah, so Title 42 is currently being enforced on single adult migrants as well as families with children. The Biden administration made a policy decision to exempt all unaccompanied children from this policy. Under the Trump administration, unaccompanied children were also being expelled under Title 42. However, the Biden administration has been expelling fewer families than in the Trump administration because Mexico has refused to take in a lot of these expelled families who are not Mexican. So Haitian nationals, for example, are not accepted by Mexico. This is why the U.S. is sending them by plane to Haiti. So Haitians are just one nationality that is affected by this public health order. What we know about the circumstances of deportees in Haiti is that the International Organization for Migration, a United Nations affiliated group, is actually receiving these deportees and providing them meals, hygiene kits, feminine products, and other basic necessities when they arrive in Haiti. They're also providing them cash. The public health ministry in Haiti is testing these deportees for the coronavirus because we understand, Lana, and this is very important, that the U.S. is not testing these deportees for the coronavirus before they board these deportation flights. And what has concerned a lot of advocates, as well as this group that is helping the deportees, is that most of these Haitians actually lived in Chile, Brazil, and other parts of South America for years before they journeyed north to the U.S. Mexico border. So that has worsened the disruption caused by these expulsions. We know that at least 200 children expelled by the U.S. to Haiti don't even have Haitian passports because they were born in South American countries.
Camilo, before I let you go, on Thursday, the Biden administration published new rules governing immigration arrests. Can you tell us more about who this impacts?
Sure. So Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas issued new rules that will govern immigration arrests and deportations in the interior of the country. The Secretary instructed deportation agents to focus on arresting immigrants deemed to pose a national security threat or public safety risk as well as recent border crossers, migrants who recently crossed the Canadian or Mexican border. These rules effectively spare most undocumented immigrants who have lived here in the U.S. from deportation and arrest as long as they have lived here for years and as long as they haven't committed any serious crimes. So this is something that has frustrated some Republican critics of the administration because they believe these are restrictions on ICE agents. But advocates are also not very happy because they believe that these guidelines still give ICE agents too much discretion and power to decide who to arrest in the country.
All right, Camilo, thank you.
Thanks, Lana.